You're like a low-key Tom Brady fan.
I know.
Fools.
What?
Not you two.
No.
The NFC.
I know who ended my NFL career. Tom Brady did. Mm-hmm. I know who ended my career, Dan. You better wisen up over there.
When'd you get done playing?
Don't you be like Max Kellerman and end up on a meme or end up on, the second portion of a video that Tom Brady gonna come out with, because you know it's gonna be another one that come out. You know it's gonna be another.
It's always been a losing proposition.
Don't you end up on that video. I'm telling you right now. Don't end up on that video.
It's always been a losing proposition to bet against the greatest.
This is a man scoring speaking. This is a man who watched Tom Brady beat his beloved Patrick Mahomes several times.
Every fan of every team in the league is scorned when it comes to him.
I'm a Brady fan.
Tom Brady at home, especially week 1, at home in the playoffs, is 21-5. You're playing against good teams. The man is 21-5. And by the way, we shouldn't have picked against him here. Why? He always wins the hat and T-shirt games.
These fools let exactly what those of us who have been burnt by Tom Brady for 2 decades.
He did it yesterday against all odds to me, because I didn't see it coming, and I'm usually the one who does see it coming.
You guys are going to sit here and pretend they're not scary. They're scary.
If you're going to go anywhere in the playoffs, it's going to be on Brady's arm.
And this team could have been killed off 4 times in the last 2 months, Brew.
He always wins those. He won another hat and T-shirt and says, champion again. Like, this kid, the guy's amazing.
I'm ashamed by everything I said last week.
Just amazing.
I love it.
I'm ashamed by everything I was tweeting early in the game, because it looked like all hope was lost.
Right.
Look, there's only one reason why Tampa has any chance in the playoffs at all right? Because this team is old and slow. They've been old and slow all year. You got Tom Brady.
Yep. The Rams were up 4 again. They were up 7 in the fourth quarter. These are the biggest deficits. But the Rams had the ball up 4 with less than 2 minutes remaining. Choke job.
He still has as clutch a killer will as we've ever seen in your sport.
The Saints were up 13 in the fourth quarter, and the Bucs punted them the ball. Remember that? Brady argued with Leftwich. Or with Bowles. He didn't want to punt. The Bucs were like, no, we'll punt to you. We'll still win because you will fall all over yourselves.
Well, I was encouraged by the play of Brady, because last week you talk about missing throws. I'm like, this is the worst I've ever seen Tom Brady play. Oh, and now we have this 430-some yards passing. He looks like the old Tom Brady.
Christmas night, no one was even surprised at that one. Arizona is up 10.
He still has the capability of just going nuclear when it has to be done.
And then yesterday, the Panthers are up 11 in the fourth quarter. Any of those teams do their job, and we're done with Tom Brady for this postseason. And we all can have a nice, fun, exciting NFL playoffs. Instead, Michael Myers rises again like a phoenix from the ashes.
I'm ashamed because I keep saying he's the one man in sports I don't bet against.
Right.
What we all saw coming right down the tracks, they've let it all happen. And now the Tampa Bay Bucks get to rest next week.
They're not going to.
And we'll see. They get to if they want to. They have clinched.
They should.
And in their first playoff game, they are guaranteed to be playing one of 2 teams, both of whom their best victories of 2022 came against. The Eagles in the playoffs or the Cowboys to open this season. And riddle me this, all of a sudden they look dangerous. Brady looks good. Mike Evans is clicking. The defense is forcing turnovers.
Brady and the Bucs win it, the division, and a playoff spot. He throws for 432. Mike Evans, 207 yards receiving, 2 touchdowns.
Tom was sensational yesterday, 432 yards, 34 of 45. And so I don't really know what else to say.
You know, there is something about Brady. I think that, in these games that have significant magnitude and importance on the season, just how he, kind of rubs off on everybody else.
Unless they are down by 3 scores, here is the script of every one of these games I've seen in my entire life against this guy. They make one play. The other team gets a little nervous. They turn the ball over. Then it looks like they're dead. And it's like, oh, Brady's finally gone. And then you hear, oh, wait, dear God, there's Carl Cheffers music. And there's a late flag coming across the field. And it's like, oh, they're still alive. And then the other coach is looking catatonic on the sideline like, how did this happen to me? And you're saying they can, I know you say they can beat Dallas because you don't believe in Dallas. Right. If Philly plays them in round 1, that will mean Philly is mid-collapse. That will mean Philly has lost 3 in a row and went from the 1 seed to the 5 seed. You don't think that team with Tampa coming off what I believe will be some rest this weekend can beat Philadelphia? A Philadelphia team that will be free falling?
Well, I gave it a 10, not by the Bucs, but by Brady's connection with Mike Evans.
If I were to tell you Mike Evans is going to have one unbelievable game all year, what time in the schedule would you put it to make the Bucs the scariest?
Sure.
Wouldn't you have said, oh, the must-win game to clinch the division going into the postseason? Like, it would be one thing if Mike Evans hasn't done anything for 3 months, but he hadn't, and then all of a sudden, the Brady Magic Pixie Dust comes out, and all of a sudden they look like the 2020 Bucs again.
Listen, I'll congratulate the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. I'll give them 3 words. Play, action, pass.
Tom and Mike Evans, they deserve a 10 for what they did yesterday.
And I think people still be scared to face them.
If you get into the playoffs, if you can get into the dance, y'all know my saying, you have a chance. All you got to do is get in.
This was for all the marbles, as few a marbles as the NFC South has had. Maybe it's for one marble, but it's still for the one marble.
Right.
We're asking whether the guy who has 7 Super Bowl rings can have a playoff run. What are we doing? We saw vintage Tom Brady last night, and yes, we haven't seen enough of it this season. He said wins are very tough to come by in the NFL, particularly for this Bucs team this season. Brady hasn't been the biggest problem, though, on this Bucs team, and he hasn't gotten a lot of help around him. I mean, even though you saw that vintage performance now again from Mike Evans last night, 207 yards on 10 catches, you certainly haven't gotten enough of that from his star receivers. It feels like there has been a decline here for this entire Tampa Bay team. He doesn't have enough help in the backfield. That Bucs defense has left a lot to be desired this season as well.
Do you think about the struggles that he's had with Mike Evans this season, and then for them to have the connection that they had today? And I would just say this, like, when you think about everything that they've gone through this year, playing number 12 in the postseason is not something anybody in the NFC is going to be eager to do.
He's going to be great more when he feels like being great and when his back's against the wall. We've even seen it with Aaron Rodgers this season. Like, these guys, when they get older, need their back to be against the wall for them to, I guess, put in the effort or show up or whatever it is. They need that pressure. And I think that's what we saw from Tom Brady, where he reminded us, hey, I can still throw for 432 yards and 3 touchdowns. I'm still Tom Brady. So do I believe that Brady can get it done in the playoffs? Absolutely. I'm going to go with the guy who's the greatest to ever do it.
And then if you go to a couple of incompletions, he's going to be right back on the field. Yep. So now he tempos you because, like you said, they went hurry up. And so now he's in a rhythm. And that's the one thing you don't want a quarterback to do is to get a rhythm, especially that quarterback. And for all intents and purposes, the game was over.
Whew. And yet the Buccaneers managed to score 30 points while running 25 times for a grand total of 67 yards.
Thank you for watching, and please like and subscribe as I post a new Tom Brady video every day.